This is 5 on your side at 6. Focused on you.
Tonight, the death toll continues to rise as wildfires spread across Hawaii. The wildfires have now destroyed much of Lahaina Harbor. Thank you so much for being with us on this Friday. I'm Ann Allred. At least 55 people are confirmed dead. Thousands more forced to flee their homes in search of safety. 5 on your side's Mercedes McKay joins us in studio with how people locally are trying to help. Mercedes.
And we see it every time disasters like these happen. People from all over step in to help. Right now, Missourians are on the ground in Maui doing just that. Officials I spoke with today tell me this magnitude of the disaster is coming with a unique set of challenges, but they're helping every step of the way.
What we do is critical to our nation's infrastructure to make sure that we're able to provide that immediate emergency help and assistance.
Despite the distance from the destruction, officials at American Red Cross of Greater St. Louis have one thing on their mind.
It's just devastating. You know, our hearts, not only mine, but our organization's hearts just go out to everyone impacted by this horrific disaster.
But that word disaster is why the American Red Cross does what it does.
We're the first on the scene, able to work with partners to be able to really bring hope and to bring help in those crisis times.
A crisis is exactly what's taking place in Hawaii as flames spread across the island and the death toll rises.
The sudden impact is one of the most profound disasters that we have responded to in quite some time.
2 Missourians are on the ground responding right now while others are waiting to do the same.
We have hundreds of volunteers on standby that have raised their hands to say that they are ready to go.
The Red Cross has 7 shelters across both Maui and Oahu. Since the flames began, providing over 2,000 overnight stays, not only to residents, but vacationers too.
That is something that is unique to this environment.
On top of all of that, the nonprofit is also focused on reuniting loved ones, a task that is far from small.
We know that there is such a profound loss of life and so many people that are currently unaccounted for.
While recovery is nowhere near over, those in red and white are in it for the long run.
That's what the American Red Cross is about, providing that help and that hope to alleviate human suffering.
Red Cross says the best way you can help right now is financially. Salvation Army is also asking for monetary donation as they coordinate thousands of meals at the shelters. To donate, volunteer, or if you need help reuniting with a loved one who was impacted, head to our website, ksdk.com, under the As Seen on TV section.
You can help the victims of the wildfires in Hawaii by texting the word HELP to 314-425-5355 for the information. Back here at home, it's a beautiful sunny evening. Let's take a live look over Forest Park. Temperatures reaching into the 90s today. More rain and thunderstorms could be on the way. Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell, I've never said that before. With our weather first forecast, it's Friday, thank goodness.
Yes, it is Friday. How about that? So, here's the thing. Tonight, the shower and thunderstorm chances initially are going to be after midnight, we think. We're going to get through the evening hours, so if you have plans, no worries, no problems at this point. You head outside and you'll be in pretty good shape for the evening hours. Yes, it is a little toasty. You're looking out into St. Charles right now. Pretty bright sky around the St. Louis area at this point, and no rain on our radar screen right now. We do have showers and thunderstorms far north central portions of Missouri. They're tending to fizzle as they push towards and into Kirksville. We'll watch for some development here between Kansas City and St. Joe over the next couple of hours. But I think we're going to find out in the next couple of 3 hours how this is going to go for tonight. And so far, we're not sold on this being a big problem for St. Louis, other than the fact that, yes, we should have some showers and thunderstorms rolling in here late tonight. That storm chance ramping up after midnight. And yes, there could be a few stronger storms possible, especially north and northwest of St. Louis, but there's no lock on that for sure, and they look to be in a dying mode as they push towards the metro area. Whatever we get overnight is pushing out during the morning hours tomorrow, and there will be more storm chances as we head towards Sunday, especially Sunday night. More on that in a few minutes, Ann.
Thank you, Scotty. A St. Charles County man is recovering tonight after getting trapped in the auger of a grain bin and being airlifted to the hospital. 5 on your side's Holden Kerwicki spoke to first responders about the specialized training that may have saved a life, and he joins us live in studio.
Well, and there are only about 35 grain bin incidents per year, and that's nationwide. But according to Purdue University, about 70% of them are fatal. If it wasn't for the quick thinking of first responders and some bystanders, the outcome of this situation could have been very different.
The Orchard Farm Fire Protection District may be all volunteer, but St. Charles County Ambulance District spokesman Kyle Gaines says they're ready for any situation.
Being agencies that serve primarily a rural agricultural community, take specialty training on farm rescue and special implements and equipment to help them through situations like this.
That training kicked in Thursday afternoon when a young man got trapped in a grain auger.
That is a very unique patient care situation. This is not your standard 911 call that occurs inside somebody's home or maybe alongside the highway.
Thankfully, the power had been turned off as first responders arrived at the scene.
Seconds count in any type of traumatic injury situation.
However, the biggest threat in grain bin accidents can often be the grain itself.
There can be air pockets that exist within grain silos. Obviously, suffocation is a concern. Thankfully, yesterday there wasn't a tremendous amount of product in the silo at the time.
First responders freed the young man within 35 minutes and immediately airlifted him to a nearby hospital for emergency surgery.
Obviously, a situation like this could have had a very different outcome if the individual had been by themselves and not been able to call for help.
That's why Gaines says it's important, if not always possible, for farmers to have help.
It really just comes down to, at the end of the day, regular training and having that equipment available. And that really is what it comes down to.
Though we are not identifying that young man, I did speak to some family friends today who told me at one point there was concern that he would lose his leg. However, after undergoing multiple surgeries, his condition is improving.
There's a new opportunity for former employees at South City Hospital. Just last week, the historic hospital announced it is closing. That will leave hundreds without a job. Our Justina Cornell learned there is still some hope and joins us live from South City Hospital. And Justina, tell us about the job fair earlier today.
Yeah, so St. Louis's Job Center held 2 job fair events earlier today and this afternoon. And we saw 18 employers out there ready to assist.
When one door closes, another opens. Employees stepped into Friday's job fair, walking into a new chapter.
We kind of sprang into action and put this together.
The St. Louis Agency on Training and Employment, better known as SLATE, put on 2 job fairs. This is just 1 week after South City Hospital shut its doors, following years of financial woes.
Was in reaction to the South City Hospital closing, formerly St. Alexius Hospital closing, and so we went into action. So the layoff was about 563 people.
18 employers set up shop.
We're here amongst our peers and competitors, but we're all trying to help find support for people in open positions.
BJC Healthcare was one of them.
We're doing everything from your security guard to patient access to food nutrition to nurses to doctors.
Eager for employment was nurse practitioner Stacey Wiley.
The day before, I found out.
She learned last Tuesday about her termination, and on Wednesday, she was informed about the hospital's closure.
Actually, I did clinicals at the hospital when I was a nurse, or a nursing student, and I just loved the fact that it seemed like the people were so complex, they had multiple problems, and that's kind of where I wanted to focus. I was sad just because I had spent so much time there. A lot of people walked in. So from the community, the closest hospital would be St. Louis University. They can't walk, from there. And just the people in the community, they now don't have a hospital close to their home.
After spending the last 9 years nursing others, she's now getting that help back. Wiley joining the job fair has opened doors to new opportunities.
There's a lot of great people that work there, and since everything was so abruptly ended, I think it was great that they were able to get us the opportunity to get a job right away.
The executive director for SLATE says if you couldn't make it today, don't worry. They'll continue to have more events. And if you have any questions or need support, you can call SLATE at 314-589-8000. Reporting live, Justina Cornell, 5 on your side.
We are learning more about a child abducted from her home last night in St. Louis County and the suspects police are searching for. Investigators are calling it a double murder-suicide. We learn the names of the victims and their relationship to one another.